I work with people on making their minutes count, and I brought a gift for all of you, and the gift is right here. The gift is this yellow bag. And it's not the bag so much that matters, it's what's in it, because this bag is filled with all the time for your families, your friends, the place you want to go, things you want to do, the money you want to earn, the career you want to have, the business you're building, all right in here. Very valuable bag. So we all get one of these, and it really doesn't come from me, it comes from goodness sakes. But out of that, I'm the deliverer right now, and I'm going to take this bag, and I want to set it right over here to represent you. And we all get one of these, and sometimes it starts to tip and then spill out, and how's that feel? Not too good. And then other times it starts to crunch like that, and we go, what's going on? So I just wanted to suggest that it's pretty important for us to realize that we all get one of these, and we want to maximize the use of it. But what often most people don't realize is that this time that we get is so limited. So what I'm going to do, I brought this ribbon with me, and I'm going to take this ribbon and stretch it out between both hands like this and label this end over here as B, this end over here as D, so I have the shortest distance between B and D. Got it? Okay, any thoughts as to what this might represent, shortest distance between B and D? Birth and death, good for you, thank you. The other day I had a group and they said between breakfast and dinner. Didn't go too good, anyway, but good for you, thank you. Now, we all get one of these, and so here it is, and we're born here, and we know that's going to happen, and then, we don't want to think about that, so here it is, tick, 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 tick. And as we get to about 9 to 12 years old, we start thinking about, uh-oh, that's going to happen, but I don't want to think about that, so we get right here, tick, 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 and I'm looking around the room to get an average of the age level in here, and yeah, I've got to be careful, and I see Barry's here, so we go over this way. But what I'm going to do, I'd say our average age is right about here. Do you all agree, possibly here?
That's 29.
Okay, put her back there. Okay, now, what I want you to know is I also brought some scissors with me. So I'm going to take this and clip this because it's all used up. Follow me there? Now then, all I want you to know is it all seems so enormous in our mind's eye, but when we start to clip it down, we realize, uh-oh, it starts to shrink down. Now, anybody in here going to do any sleeping in the rest of your life? Yeah, okay. About what percentage would you be asleep the rest of your life, probably? What percentage, please? Not nearly as much as we want. About a third? Okay, so let's just take this, and we'll clip this off because, goodness sake, we're not doing anything then. We're just recharging the batteries, trying to get some rest. And also, here we are. It shrinks down, and we think, oh, my, I've got all this time. But do we? So anybody here going to have to be waiting on anything? Anybody going to have to wait? You see, we're all going to wait on a lot of things. In fact, what all the researchers will tell us is that we're going to wait about 5.5 years of our life. 6 months of that will be freeway intersections, stoplights, this sort of thing. Anybody relate to that? See, what we're doing is we start waiting, but then we do what we say, oh, I can multitask. I'll do 2 things at once instead of just trying to do this one thing that I needed to do. So as we're going then, anybody here going to be in any meetings? Yeah, we're all going to have these meetings, and Business Week magazine, Wall Street Journal, they'll tell us that we're going to be in meetings as advanced as you all are, and most people that are in business that are running successful business like you are, they're going to be in meetings about 6 years. Now, what will happen is that when they leave the meeting, a researcher will walk up and say, was all that time productive? And the answer will be the same as you'd give. You got to be kidding, not all of it. And they'll say, okay, put a number on it. It comes out to about 48% time down the drain, time lost, not getting any good value out of it. So I'm sure that out of here you would all agree we all are going to need 5 years of flossing and flushing. Agree with me here? So I got to get that part in here. Now here's my whole point to all this, is that if it is that you're going to raise little people, time for them would come out of here, correct? If it's true that you like to snuggle up with somebody at night, if that's your sort of thing, then time for that person, for a soulmate type relationship, would come out of here, correct? So, goodness, if you've got a lot of hobbies and you want to share with the world with your hobbies and maybe even include it in your work, time for that would come out of here. But if you want to give back to this world by building a career and helping in so many ways like you all do in the ways that you do, the time would come out of here, correct? Question, anybody here going to have any quiet time? See, what starts to happen is we start fighting it out in here because all these things start to be fixed. Now, my whole point to all this is that it would seem like one of the things we'd want to do to maximize that is to set up some kind of a plan. We ought to have a plan or we're going to get stuck. But then, oh my goodness, we're all business people, so I brought another ribbon, a blue ribbon. And I just say right here, I'd say that for the past 3, 4, 5 years of all of us in the room, we've had a business, correct? Has everything been successful? Have you ever had any time wasters or anything going on in this particular time here? Because now, here's today, and we got to look forward the next 3, 4, 5 years. Do we want any of the time wasters that followed us here to go on into the new? And my whole point to this is that, gosh, it's not always easy to do. That would mean that we'll need a plan for our business as well. Because what we want to do is maximize this and maximize this. Do you agree with me? Do you also agree that a lot of folks want to come and steal this from you? Does that happen to you? They take it and it goes over here in this bag, and that's the trash bag. Now, the thing about this, if it goes in the trash bag, then it's gone. And it's gone like a shredder. It's gone forever. You can't retrieve it. You can't get it back. So somehow, we've got to stop right in here. And as it's going from here, we got to do things to stop that. Do you follow what I'm saying? Okay, so as this goes on, we got to realize people that steal it from us, they can't give us any time, but they could, or we could, pay attention to others. If we pay attention to people, or they pay attention to us, we're building experiences or memories, but we can't do it if it's down in here. Are you following me here? Question, do any of your customers like it when you pay attention to them? So what kind of experiences and memories are you creating or planning to create that are part of your plan right here for your own business? Because that's important to consider and to incorporate in your plan. But now, think about your daughter or your husband or your wife or your friend or yourself. Think, what kind of experiences or memories are you creating for you as you go ahead and work this out right here? Because that is crucial. We need to think those things through and incorporate those in our plan. Because here's what will happen. If not, we come over here and we got all this stuff. It's all there. We cannot retrieve it. You know that. We've tried. Anybody here ever tried to get another minute? It's a real struggle. It can't be retrieved out of here. And what all the research shows is that we're going to lose about 2.1 hours a day because, oh yeah, I had to take that call. Oh yeah, I had to check on that. Oh yeah, I got these interruptions, but I can't deal with that. Oh yeah, I was in that meeting and they didn't do anything here and it didn't. All these things go on and we kind of let them happen and we lose about 2.1 hours a day. Now, consider this. Let's just set a goal to retrieve an hour a day. Keep it before it goes in here. Does that make sense to you? An hour out of the 2.1 hours. Now consider this. 1 hour a day that we're getting back just by making a few adjustments times 5 days would be 5 hours that we're gaining, correct, in the week, times 4 weeks in the month right there. 5 times 4 would be 20 hours in the month, times 12 months, we'd end up with 240 hours. Do I make sense here? Follow the math? Now, if I have 240 hours and divide by the standard workday, 8 hours, 8 into 240 yields what? 8 hours into 240 yields 30. Yeah, 30 days. Means if I could pick up and not have it go in the trash an hour a day, well, I'd end up with another month. That month, we could use that, correct? And we could build the memories and experiences more lively and better if we have them in a plan and prevent it from there. There'll be things that slip through, there'll be that. But an hour a day, think what it can do. So my question is this. Who here is going to be doing everything you can to maximize these minutes that you have? May I see a show of hands? Who here? Good for you. Well, if that's the case, then you're doing everything you can to make the most of the entire rest of your life, and I applaud you.